Traders War Room wants to thank the viewer for the continued support on this journey. Please make sure you check out the description as there's information links on topics covered within this video. Thank you.
What is up, team? Chuck with Traders War Room back at you with another video. Listen, before we get started, I want to thank the community for all of the wishful thoughts and everything. I wasn't feeling very well yesterday, a little down and out, and got a lot of support. And I want to say from me to you, thank you for all the support on all the social media platforms. That really means a lot to me. Listen, we got a great video for you, jam-packed with information. We're going to talk about today's market. We're going to talk about some of the stocks and some of the trends that I'm seeing happening in the market. So it's a video you want to pay attention to. And as always, if you're ready, follow me and let's go to war.
Traders War Room wants to remind the viewer that all content on this channel is for entertainment and education purposes only. Everyone is responsible for their own decisions within the stock market. Thank you. What's the Buzz is really just highlighting trending news reports and kind of what's hot and what's not in the stock market. Not much substance and not much research is done on these things, but it's highlighting specific things so it brings your awareness to these so you can do your own DD and make smart decisions in your stock market journey.
All right, team, welcome back. Listen, if you're new to the channel, this is how we do it, okay? I got a pad, I got a pen, keep on focus, and I'm going to give you guys tidbits, and I'm going to try to dump some knowledge onto you, and I get knowledge back when you leave comments, and we make content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. I want to talk about crypto, blockchain, and fintech, all right? Crypto, booming, 50,000 plus, okay? Blockchain, moving along with the crypto, and fintech, not going anywhere, all right? Now listen, crypto, I can't afford Bitcoin, but I can put money into fractional shares. But what I can't afford is this blockchain stuff that follows along crypto, okay? RIOT, Mara, and some other ones. I'm gonna leave a picture of different ones that you need to consider because listen, if you're like me and we can't afford to buy one whole Bitcoin, listen, we can put fractional shares in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some other ones like that. But what we can do is we can ride this trend of these blockchains that are coming along and take these skyrocket. And when we get our secure, we double up, triple up, we cash out and we get into another one, okay? Rinse and repeat, all right? Fintech, not going anywhere. You're starting to see a lot of big time companies dump a lot of money into this fintech, and you're starting to see them put in crypto, okay? So you need to be thinking about the future. Next thing I want to talk about power surge, all right? Listen, this cold front has brought out some weaknesses in our power grids. And listen, we need to start following some of these companies, not necessarily energy companies, but the companies that deal with infrastructure and how power is generated, okay? This is stuff that's going to be needed because we're due for an update. All right, and updates take machinery, they take technology, they take money, okay? STPK, STEM in the future, it's one of these companies that can deal with this directly, okay? So think about those companies when you're looking at the power grid stuff, all right? Next thing I want to talk about SPACs. We just talked about one, STPK, right? STEM. SPACs are killing, okay? CCIV is another one. Listen though, I want you to be very cautious. You need to get into a good SPAC because if you get into a bad one, listen, and the merger doesn't go through, that run up all the way $40, $50, $60, that's going to drop right away, boom, to 10, maybe 15, okay, and you're going to lose all that profit. So make sure you get into a SPAC that's a good one, has a good story. The story has to meet the future demand, okay, and you ride this up all the way, and if you like it, you stay in the long term, and if not, you take your profits and secure your portfolio. Next thing I want to talk about semiconductor, okay, chip shortage. Why is there a chip shortage? Well, the pandemic, okay? Pandemic. One of the main things is people aren't buying cars. But listen, what they are buying is they're buying phones and computers, okay? The chip shortage is real, and there's not enough chips to go around, and it takes a lot longer to make them than the consumer is buying the products. So my idea for the future is where is the semiconductors going to go in the future? Well, how do you prioritize it? Well, listen, where the money's at. The money's going to talk when these things. A little fun fact from Yahoo News that I caught. Listen to this. In 3 months, Apple, just Apple, is going to sell more cell phones than all of the car dealerships and car manufacturers in 1 year. Just think about that. 3 months, phones from one company, more sales than all the car sales in 1 year. That's crazy, okay? So we need to look at these companies and we need to definitely capitalize on the semiconductor shortage and get into the ones where the money's going.
Bitcoin penny stocks that you guys need to consider getting into. We don't just have to settle for the big coin players. We can get on background and follow the trends up. Notice that even the big players are starting to get in on it. There's even some ETFs for those of you that want a little bit less risk. Some other stocks that kind of sit in between fintech and blockchain. Some of the big energy companies that deal with not just exploration but also production of energy. These are some popular SPACs or holding companies, as the popular term is. And listen, remember, these are risky, so you need to make sure you get a good one and you can ride it up, but make sure you secure your profit before the news goes bad or gets old. Finally, these are the semiconductor players. Listen, the big shortage is real, and supply and demand is going to go to the one with the most money. We all know about Microsoft and Amazon and those big boy companies, but here's some other ones that are going to be really wanting and needing these semiconductors. So consider these and do your own research and get in the good ones. The foxhole discussion today is going to hit on traders' war room principle planning, specifically entry point and exit point. For me, rule of thumb for entry point is to have two setups: indicator, news, or catalyst, something that drives me and wants me to get into this stock. Now, my exit strategy is always with penny stocks, 10% I'm out, okay? If it's a long hold, I may stay in it. And if the volatility is up and down, I make a decision whether to pull out or stay in it for the long hold. Tesla is a good example. Extremely volatile, and people that stayed with it got a huge payday in the end. But it aligns with my risk tolerance for stocks that I get into. And I'm going to give you guys some example of quick play and a long hold that I've done this week and this past month. So when we're talking about entry and exit points, I wanted to use a play that I did the other day, okay? We noticed it was 133.88, right? Then some negative news came out and dropped it all the way down into 38.56, and it bounced up and down a little bit until it kind of hit a floor at 38.56, right? So to me, okay, this stock, is looking good for a rebound, at least a little bit. And the news, I don't know if the news is real or not, but I'm going to capitalize on it. So I went ahead and got in at about a $40 range, and I'm going to ride this thing up. So what I did is I wanted to make sure that I secured profit. So as I'm riding this thing up, I'm noticing that it's going up, and I'm like, all right, great. Okay, so when it started hitting in the $70 and $80 range, I put a trailing stop loss on this because I'm not going to let this thing bottom out again and lose all my money. So when it hit the 81.41, my trailing stop loss triggered, and I was at 7%. So once it dropped 7% from there, I was able to lock in the profit from that top price that it hit. And I got a nice payday out of this. And this was my idea of a quick play in securing my profit. Now let's look at one that I'm going to hold for a while. Okay, notice in February, where I got in at $20, we started hearing a lot of buzz about this and a possible merger. And I've been just watching it just keep rising up, and it dips a little bit, but it just kept going, and the news kept pumping, and everyone kept buying. And then we finally saw on about the 17th, it started to pop up really big. And I'm riding this wave until I notice either the merger doesn't go through or I start to get wind of some fallback, and then I'll secure my profits. But if not, I'm going to keep this for a long hold, and I'm going to ride this because this could potentially be a big player in this EV sector boom.
All right, that's it, guys. Finished. All right. Listen, tomorrow's Friday. Listen, market's going to be rocky tomorrow, okay? People are going to start securing profits, okay? So please be patient with the market and make sure that you guys secure your profits. If you're in a stock and you're in for a quick money play, you need to get your money and get out, okay? Because people are going to start selling for profits because they don't like to hang, especially day traders. They don't like to hang with swings over the weekend, okay? So be smart. Listen, here at Traders War Room, we look at the stock market as a war zone. Stocks and sectors, those are our battles, all right? It's our job to attack, destroy, and conquer those battles, and we do it together. We do it as a team. And listen, if you're ready, follow me, and let's go to war, guys.